and welcome everyone to the SmartSuite Library and TV for Education V4 launch event. My name is Quentin. I am the General Manager here at FSI and one of the team members that have been working on the version 4 project for the last 12 months. We are so wrapped that you are with us today. I can see that we've already had a couple of people. Agnes, Dylan, welcome to the event this morning. We can't wait to show you what we've been working on and what version 4 is all about. So just a quick summary of the event today. We're going to be walking through how to use the new V4 system, what it is, and what are the benefits, as well as upcoming training and the roadmap for development moving forward. So with all that being said, let's jump in and have a look at what version 4 is all about right now. So we've tried to really make sure that version 4 was going to be an easy transition for everyone. So what we've done with version 4 is we've maintained all of your daily operating areas. So circulating, cataloging, stock taking, reporting, all of these features and functions has not changed with the release of version 4. Now, when you logged in this morning, you probably did notice a couple of new things like the new menu. Okay, it does look a little bit different, but all of the features and functions that you have been using for the last couple of years are still in the same location. What we have done with the new menu system is to help navigate the new features and functions that we're going to be rolling out over the next couple of months. We've introduced this new tagging system. So as those features are released, you don't have to worry about missing our release notes within all of your emails. We're actually going to flag it with that new flag for you. So you're going to see that straight away. You can click on that, jump in, have a look what's new in upcoming versions. We've also made the login, logout button a little bit more useful. Instead of just having the sign in and sign out, we've actually chucked in there the access to my profile, my items, and for all the administrators, we've also put the help option up there, which is going to take you over to our help articles. So this is going to be really useful for you and your users when they're trying to navigate the system, find out what books I have overdue, go straight to my items so that I can access the short lists of videos, the short lists of books that I want to borrow. That's all going to be accessible for your users directly from that screen. They don't need to go through the menu system and try and navigate to find those resources. So again, this version is all about making it simple and easy for you and your users to be able to access the system. Now, when you logged in this morning, you probably ended up at your school's collection. Okay, now, like I said, most of the system is going to be identical. Now, you probably would have seen this pop up here. Hi Janet, welcome to the event. Awesome to have you along with us. Okay, so with this particular page that you're seeing here, what this is introducing you to is the big function of the version 4 system, and that is the new homepage management system that we've put in. Okay, so one of the big things that we've done with version 4 is we didn't want everyone having to start their homepage journey from scratch and having to build a homepage with a blank page. So what we've done is we've gone and created a number of different templates that you can take advantage of as a starting point. Okay, so if you're in the midst of all your daily operations, you can close that down. That pop-up is only going to show for librarians. It's not going to show for your teachers and students. All right, but the next time that you come to the school's collection, it's going to pop up that page again for you. Okay, and it's just going to be that reminder, hey, we've got this new functionality, choose a template and let's get started now. Okay, so have a quick look at the templates that we've made available for you. If you like the look and feel of one of them, go ahead and click on it, and straight away the system is going to apply that as your new homepage. Okay, it's going to take you to the homepage and it's going to open everything up in the edit mode. Okay, so we can go and have a look. We can see, oh, cool, we've got the top borrowed books in our school. We've got a little bit of a description on an upcoming author that's coming to the school, and we've got the ability to highlight some titles. Okay, so if we've come to this page and we go, oh, you know what? It looks good, but it's not right for my school right now. Let's have a look at some of the other templates. At the top of the screen here, we've got the template menu. And all we need to do is go and select a different template. And bam. Okay, that's brought up that template for us. So we can now go, oh yeah, cool. We can see that we've got a couple of search buttons there. We've got to check out the latest titles. And then we've got some current loans. Okay, now we go, great. This is the template that we want to save to our home page. So if we're happy with that, all we need to do is click the save button. And now our system is going to have this as the home page for all of our users. Okay, and as soon as they navigate to our URL, they've got the ability to execute a search. That's going to take them back to the search screen as per normal. As soon as they navigate back to home page, whoops, I went one too far there. Okay, there's my new home page. Okay, so applying the template from that startup wizard is as simple as just hitting which template we would like to display on that pop-up. Okay, now if we come back to our homepage and we think, oh, I want to make some changes, or I don't really like this template, I want to change it, the way that we enter into the edit mode is by heading over to our system menu, and at the top we've got page settings. Now, if anyone has been with us for a little while, you'll remember that that is exactly the same process to enter into the edit mode with version 4 as it has been with version 3, 2, and 1. Okay, so we haven't changed that. We've kept it nice and easy for you. Hi, Tiana. Hi, Raul. Thanks for joining us today. Okay, now that we've entered into the edit mode, we can again go to our templates and we can select a different template if we're not happy with this one. Okay, but let's say that we are happy with it, but welcome to our resource center. Begin by entering a search in the search bar on the right. It's just not us, okay? We like to call ourselves the central learning hub. So we want to make some changes to that. All we need to do once we're in the edit mode is click on that square, and that's going to activate that particular block for us to start making changes. So because I've clicked on the edit mode, I can now go and start making changes by just typing into that box. Okay, if I wanted to make some color changes to it, I can go ahead and do that. Let's make it a nice bold green. Okay, and once I've made my changes, at the top of the screen, I hit save. Done. It's that easy. Okay, if we want to make some other changes, okay, instead of going to search books, and I'm going to click on this and it's going to take me over to my search page, what I really want to do is I want to highlight a particular area in my library that I'd like people to search for. I might be looking at a particular search term. We've got a particular topic that's coming up this week, and I want users to really focus on those particular books. So using functions of the SmartSuite system that we all know how to use, I'm just going to quickly build an external link, and we're going to call it keyword science. Okay, and I'm going to click the external link. I'm going to go back to my home page, click page settings, and just like I clicked on the text at the top, I'm going to click on this block here. Okay, and you can see that that little settings or config toolbar has now appeared. So I'm going to go and click on the settings cog, and I'm going to change the URL by pasting in that external link. And the text to display, I don't want to say search books, I want to say click to find science resources. And I want the font color to be black and the button color to be something else. oops, button color. Okay, we go save link, and there we go. We've saved the link, save the page at the top, and now when I click on that button, instead of users just going straight to the most recently catalogued items, it's now taking them to a search of all my science books. So I'm now generating a button to prompt users to look at particular resources in my library, rather than just going and accessing the search and then having to execute the search myself. Okay, so just remember with version 4, the first thing we have to do is we have to go into page settings. Then if we want to make any changes to existing blocks that are on the page, we simply click on them to activate that block, and we can access the settings. If we're looking at a text block, we click to activate it, and then we can start making some changes on it. Okay. Now let's say we wanted to add some additional blocks to the page. Okay, so we can see here that we've got current loans, we've got some scrolling tabs here with the newest titles that are in our collection. But what we really want to do is we want to highlight a specific title that we would like users to look at. Now, it could be a video title from TV for Education, it could be a book resource, it could be a textbook hire resource. Okay, it's just a catalog record that we want to highlight to everyone. Okay, so the way that we do that is by adding in a block style. Okay, and that's by clicking on the top here. Now, what the block style does is it allows us to format our content on the page according to predefined measurements. So you can see here that we've got a long column and a short one, we've got a short column and a long column, we've got 4 short columns, 5 columns, etc., etc. So it's things like the 5 columns and the 6 columns. They're really good for doing button searches, okay, because it's nice and short pieces of information that we want to show. If we're wanting to type text or we're wanting to display some thumbnails of resources, I recommend going for something that has a little bit more page presence, just so that the users aren't squinting trying to look at all that information. Hi Lucia, thanks for joining us this morning. Okay, so all you need to do when you're trying to add new information to the system is first of all, choose the format that you would like to use on the page by selecting the block style. Okay, now we're going to try and highlight a particular title, and we might put some text next to it that just gives the users a little bit of a description as to why we're recommending it to our users. Okay, so I'm going to go and I'm going to choose maybe the 1x2. Okay, now as soon as you click on any of these blocks, that menu is going to disappear. But if we scroll all the way to the bottom, we can now see that block style that we just added. Okay, so from here, we now need to tell the block style what we want to store within it. Okay, so the left-hand side, we want to highlight a particular title. So I'm going to go select block, and I have all these different options that are available to me. So I'm going to expand the information block, and it's nothing in there that interests me. I'm going to expand the videos. Now, of course, if we were using a TV for Education video or a YouTube video, or we wanted to upload our own video to display on the homepage, we've got the containers or the block styles there. But I'm going to expand catalog record, and I'm going to add that in. Okay, now the system has gone and added that in for me, but it doesn't know what title I want to display. So here is where I go back to my cogs. And I tell the system which catalog record I want to see. Okay, so we do a search. And I select the particular title that I want to highlight. Okay, and that's added that in for me. Now, looking at the rest of my page, I might want to make some additional adjustments to it. So if I go back to my settings, I can see that I've got 3 different sizes for my cover. I'm going to make that the medium size. the information that I want it to display. Header, fields to display. I want to see the call number, the media type, but I want the media type to be first. I want the call number to be second. Location, sublocation, and then the notes. Okay. The font color, I'd like it to be black. Background color, we can adjust the transparency. Okay, so we might highlight it in maybe a pastel orange. Okay, and we might just move that transparency a little bit and get that perfect for what we want. Okay, and then on the right hand side, I'm going to go select block, information block, text block. And over here, we're going to say recommended read by librarians. Okay, and we'll put in a little bit of something about that particular book. This book has been recommended by our librarians for its awesome drama, content, and ability to keep you reading without putting it down. Okay, so you can type whatever you want in there. Again, we can go over to our settings and we can change the transparency. We can make all of the text white to make that display a little bit better. Format the information as you would like. Okay, and once you've finished, you hit save. Okay, and there you go. You've saved that new resource to your home page. Now, if you wanted to move that block up, you go back, page settings. At the bottom, you can see we can move that block up. So we'll click up, that's moved it up, move it up again. Okay, we want to have it displayed underneath the button, so we're happy with that. Save, okay, and there it is. All right, so that's all that you have to do with the system, is just remembering, number one, page settings to enter into that edit mode. If we're wanting to make changes, click on the block to activate the toolbar. If we're wanting to add new information, choose the relevant block style so that you can add your content in. Okay, so changing the content on your homepage, very, very, very simple. Okay, but what about some of the other settings? Maybe this background is a little bit too cluttered for us. There's too much information going on, and we want to just simplify it a little bit. At the top of the screen, once we're in the edit mode, we can go to config and we can see a whole array of different options for us. Okay, so the first thing that we see is the page name. So if we wanted to change that name, if we're creating multiple pages and we're creating a website map where people can click on different buttons and access different information on various pages, we can call this page the home page, we can call the next page information on bullying, we can call the next page teacher references, etc., etc. We then also have the ability to store those pages under various headings within the system menu. Okay, so you can either select from an existing system menu group, or you can create your own one. Okay, and we've also got our background images. So if you click on the down arrow, you'll get to see all the default images that we've made available in the version 4 system. Okay, all you need to do is find the background image that looks like the one that you would like to apply. Click on it, it will automatically apply it. You can kind of see it in the background. If that doesn't work for you, select a different one. Okay, now let's say that you've chosen one that you really like, but it's still just standing out a little bit too much. Okay, what you can do is if you scroll down a little bit further, we have our theme settings. Okay, and this will allow you to modify the background transparency to make sure that your content pops. So if you've got an image like this one here, we've got a book and some lights and it's real funky, but it's just hiding some of the text a little bit, what you can do is you can set the background color to a dark color like a gray, and then move the transparency up to bring forward your content. Okay, my recommendation, don't use a black because black tends to fade the background out too much. Use one of the grayer colors. Some users on the beta program have started using their school colors. Okay, so if you've got a particular school color, plug that in and see how that sits. Just move the transparency level around just to get your content to pop in the system. Okay, have a play with that. You've also got the ability to change the font color across the system. So if you're choosing gray and white, okay, and again, you can fade those transparency levels. Once you've got the settings perfectly where you want them, go ahead and hit save, and all of those settings have been saved for you. Okay, now just remember, unlike the old V3 system where we had the theme options, the theme applied to the entire skin of the platform. So those colors and fonts and all that was the same across all the platforms. Those settings are now isolated to the page that you're on. Okay, so if you're wanting to make the font the same on different pages, you'll have to redo those changes on those subsequent pages as well. Okay, for the most part, we've left all of your operational pages like your circulation, cataloging, search, etc. the same, just to make it really easy for you guys. Pay a little bit more attention to your homepage, get that right, and then with the next version there will be a setting where you can say apply to all. Okay, so in that config area, have a bit of a play with some of the settings in there. You've got the ability to create a new page directly from this menu. You've also got the ability to duplicate this page. If you created a page but you want to make some additional adjustments to it, or you want to use this as a foundation for the secondary page that you're trying to do, you can duplicate the page nice and easily there. And you've also got that home page tick. So if you've gone ahead and clicked created 3 or 4 different pages, let's say that you've got one for term 1, for term 2, term 3, and term 4, because you're going to be highlighting different content at those different times. All you need to do is navigate to the page that you would like to access. You would like to make your home page. Click on page settings, config, okay, and then just tick that on. And as soon as you tick that on and hit save, that's going to be your new home page for everyone that accesses your system. Okay. Okay, now I'm just going to pause for a moment. Hi Dylan, hi Kylie. Now we've got some questions before we move on. Okay, so let me just catch up on those quickly. Okay, so we've got Kylie. Hi Kylie, it's been a long time. Are you going to speak about TV for education? I can already see that I can only access my schools collection and not TV for education. Okay, so with the version 4 release, all of the block styles that we've got, let me just bring them up quickly, are looking at your school's collection. Okay, so we're not looking at the global TV for education library with the release of 4.0. We're looking at all of the videos that have been added to your school's collection either by you or your teachers by watching the programs. Okay, so if I was to, let's say, for example, I'm going to choose a new stats and I'm going to say, show me the most viewed videos in my collection. Okay, this here is showing me all the TV for education videos that have been most viewed within the system, but just isolated to my school. Okay, so that's version 4.0. Now, like you saw a little bit earlier, if I go into my videos section, I've got the ability to search the TV for education library here. and I can highlight a title from the TV for Education library, but that's just a once-off video. We don't have any carousels at the moment for TV for Education, but in saying that, we are definitely going to be launching those in the coming weeks. So there will be carousels where we're going to be looking at the individual user who's logged in, and we're going to be recommending titles to them based off obviously their year level. So if they're a year 7 student, we're not going to be showing them M-rated videos. We're going to be looking at content that you as the librarian has been recommending to your school. So there's going to be some new updates coming with that. And we're also going to be looking at content that other users that are in the same category as that logged in user, what they've been watching, and we're going to be recommending those videos to them as well. So you'll be able to have access to all of these different video carousels, as well as information blocks that you'll be able to select from to build your TV for Education page. At the moment, you've got the ability to highlight individual TV for Education videos, as well as the most viewed videos from your school's collection. Okay, I hope I've answered that for you, Kylie. So for Dale has asked us when we are selecting videos, books to display in the title block, is there the ability to search by genre? Okay, and yes, there is, Dale. We do have the ability to search for a title using any of the fields that you see on the screen here. So from PRC reading level to local subject to genre, title, book ID, etc. Okay, and all of that information that's being displayed here, that's also going to be carried across to other areas in the system. So if you're looking at your advanced search, for example, in the coming weeks, you will be able to look at genre if the genre is not already there. Okay. So again, can we display it? Good question. Let me have a quick look. Okay, so we just for clarification on that, Dale asked not just searching, but do we have the ability to display the genre field? So in 4.0, we don't have the ability to display that particular field information set yet. But I'm almost positive that the R&D team already have that on one of the update lists, and it will be made available. Okay, obviously, if the information is there, we are going to want to display it. So things like PRC reading levels, Scholastic School reading levels, genre fields, that's all going to be made available to that widget that you see here, okay, or block type, so that it's going to basically display the information that you've been putting into the system. Okay, so that is the version 4 system. Now, as we're closing the event today, we are going to be monitoring the questions that are popping up. So on the right-hand side of your screen, there should be a chat console. If anyone does have any questions, please make sure, just like Kylie and Dale, if you've got any questions, put them through and we'll try to answer them in the group session today. Okay, but before we close off, one of the really exciting things that we've put into the system is one of our new support initiatives called Smart Training. Okay, so you've seen how easy it is to modify your home pages now using the new version 4 system. Okay, there is a host and a wealth of other really cool automated AI facilities that we put in, and we're going to be covering that in more detail in upcoming events. Okay, but if you are unable to get to those events, we now have something called Smart Training. So this can be accessed by librarians. Okay, we've locked it to librarians at the moment. Okay, go to your system menu, expand training, and then click training. Now, what the new Smart Training initiative is self-paced, guided training by the system. So our customer service team members have been working really hard behind the scenes to create a number of different courses that you can start learning about SmartSuite on. So if we have a look at managing my homepage, for example, we can see that we've got 3 courses and I haven't completed any of them yet. Okay, if I go ahead and click on Start Training, we can see the information of that particular course. If I'm happy to begin that course now, okay, we can see the Smart Training module pop up on the right-hand side. If anyone has utilized Concierge, you'll be very familiar with that pop-up. Okay, so it's going to tell us, first thing you need to do is click on System Menu and then go to Page Settings. So we're going to go to System Menu and click on Page Settings. Okay, the next thing it asks us to do is to either create a new page, is to create a new page by either clicking New Page or Config New Page. So I can't see a new page, I'm going to go Config, New Page. Okay, the next step is from the shortcuts bar, click on Template. Click Next again, click the template that you would like, and then click Save. Okay, and we've now gone ahead and completed our first Smart Training lesson. Okay, it's told us that we've successfully completed it. I want to choose my next lesson, click here. Takes us back to the Smart Training module where we've now completed 1 out of the 3 lessons for the Managing Your Homepage course. I can now go to changing my homepage backgrounds. Start that off and the same process. Now, as you are going through and learning about the new system and you're completing courses, we are going to be rewarding our users for the investment into the professional development using Smart Training. So we are still going to be heavily running these kind of YouTube live events and our group training events. But in the meantime, you can complement that by using the Smart Training module. And again, the benefit is that you are actually going to be rewarded with various initiatives that we're going to be pushing out over the coming months. But the biggest thing is that you are going to get a badge on your profile that you will be able to showcase to other users on the FSI community. So if someone on the community asks a question about cataloging, for example, and you've gone through and completed the advanced cataloging course, users are going to see that the response that you are putting forward is going to be very valued because you've already completed the course and we've verified that at the customer service team level. Okay, so we're really excited about Smart Training. We're really hoping that everyone loves it as much as we have loved it preparing it for you. And that is going to be part of the system. We are also going to be rolling this down very shortly to your teachers for some of their teaching modules. So instead of locking up some valuable time in a staff training event, or a staff meeting at the end of a Wednesday, you'll be able to point them directly to a particular course or lesson and say, hey, if you're a new user at your school, familiarize yourself with this course. All of the lessons we've tried to keep to 1 to 3 minutes so that it's really bite-sized and you can just bang them off and get them done. And we're going to keep it even shorter for your teachers because we know that their time is very valuable as well. Okay, so you can point them directly to that and say, hey, go for it. You don't need a welcome letter. You don't need any official training. You don't need to join any of the YouTube live events if you don't have time to do that. You just need to complete the course within the system. Okay, so we're really excited about that. Okay, now in saying that, we do have a charter that we are going to be continually running these YouTube live events for all of our user levels, teachers, librarians. We're even looking at some student events coming up in the future. Okay, so the next ones that we have coming up this week alone, tomorrow we have our customer service manager hosting an event all about Smart Training. He's going to go into a little bit more depth, let you know what's going on with Smart Training. That's going to be starting at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you're not already subscribed to this YouTube channel, make sure that you subscribe and you hit the bell to receive notification whenever we put those events up. Okay, the big one for this week and for this term is happening on Thursday at 11 a.m. It is our group training event. Now, you do need to be registered for this one. If you haven't received the emails, jump onto Facebook to the FSI user community. If you're not on Facebook, email us through the mailbox and get the registration link for that. That one is a closed user group training session, so it's not going to be on YouTube. It's going to be hosted via our media streaming platform. That's again going to be hosted by Donald, our customer service manager, and he's going to be speaking with one of our long-term users down in Victoria about how Michelle has been using key features in SmartSuite to engage her users. Okay, so this is all pre-version 4. Michelle is receiving the version 4 upgrade the same as you guys are. So she's going to be focusing more on the front end school collection facilities. Okay, so make sure that you come along to that event at 11 a.m. on Thursday if you're not available to come across and learn about smart training tomorrow. Now, as far as our version 4 launch goes, that is as much as we wanted to cover today. We have so much more that we'd like to tell you about, but we'd like you to get in and sink your teeth in just dealing with those block styles and uploading different titles and your text editors before we move on to the next thing. We've got some really, really fantastic new releases. We're now connecting everyone within the Smart Network, and we've got some awesome facilities that are going to come out of that. So if you want to learn more about that, make sure that you do subscribe to this YouTube channel, because we are going to be launching those events very soon and unboxing and unpacking more of the things that you can do with the version 4 system, as well as highlighting some upcoming features. Okay, so in saying all of that, the next thing that we wanted to talk about is what's coming up over the next couple of weeks and months. We are going to be working towards releasing a new schools collection and new TV for Education experience for all of our users. So this is going to come out in a couple of months. Basically, your schools collection and your TV for Education search pages, they are going to be combined. So you don't have to tell your users, oh, you need to go this page, you need to go this page. There's one TV for Education search for students, another one for your teachers. The system is going to auto recognize all of that. You're going to be able to just give them one URL, and the system is going to promote resources on your behalf. And that's all going to be complemented by that smart network that I was talking about a little earlier. So from the point of view of easing everyone into that release, we have launched version 4, and we're going to be launching a couple of things between now and 4.1, which is our big search page release. And all of the features and functionality, the workflows, that's going to be very, very similar to the way that you've experienced it today with the homepage system. So we're very, very excited about that, that particular release, 4.1. Make sure that you register and you pay special attention to any of our comms that are coming out over the next couple of months, because we are going to be detailing extra information as to how you as administrators can prepare for that release, especially with rolling that down to your teachers and your staff members. Okay, so thank you very much everyone for attending today. Again, my name is Quentin. It has been my absolute pleasure hosting everyone today. That's about as much content as we're going to go through. I'm quickly going to check our chat just to make sure I haven't missed any questions. Kerry, absolute welcome. We are so excited about smart training as well. We're really hoping that you guys are going to get lots out of it. Whilst you're using smart training, if anyone says, hey, I really want to learn more about scheduling emails and you can't find the lesson or the course, let us know, because that's what the customer service team are going to be doing. They're going to be building those resources so you guys get the most out of the system without having to join in or register for events that are coming up over the next couple of weeks. Dorte, how's it going, Dorte? Let me just check your questions. Just a comment. Awesome. Thanks for the feedback, Dorte. Kylie, it's been awesome having you. As I said, it's been a long time since we've caught up. Dorte, with regards to that link, Donald, I think, has already gone ahead and highlighted that in the FSI community. This is to register for that upcoming user group training session. But what we might do is we might do another little post just to remind everyone about that upcoming event in 2 days. Okay, so again, if you are on the Facebook group, make sure that you jump over there and have a look when we post that, probably in the next hour or so. If you're not, email us through the mailbox system, and we'll be able to get that link out to you straight away. Okay. Thanks everyone for attending. We're going to close the event now. It's been my absolute pleasure. We are so excited about what's coming over the next couple of weeks and months. Hopefully we talk to you all very, very soon and see you at one of the upcoming training events. See you later.